Right now, as you're watching this, trillions upon trillions of chemical reactions are firing off inside your cells. It's this incredible microscopic engine that's turning your last meal into your very next thought. So, what is this engine? It's your metabolism. And today, we're going to break down exactly how it powers, well, everything you do. I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about it? How does that apple you had for a snack actually become the energy you need to think a complex thought? Or even just for your heart to beat? The answer lies in one powerful, elegant process: metabolism. Okay, so at its simplest, metabolism is just the grand total of all the chemical reactions happening inside you to keep you alive. And you can think of it like a perfectly balanced dance between two opposite partners. On one side, you've got catabolism. That's the process of breaking stuff down. And on the other side, anabolism, which is all about building things up. So let's dive into the first one. All right, first up, the deconstruction crew. This is catabolism. And honestly, this is where the whole energy journey really kicks off. So think about it like this. The food you eat is like an intricate Lego castle. It looks cool, right? But your body can't do anything with it in that complex form. Catabolism is like the team that comes in and carefully takes that castle apart, brick by individual brick, until all you have is a big pile of basic, usable pieces. So what's the big idea here? Well, catabolism takes those big molecules from your food, proteins, fats, carbs, and just breaks them apart. And here's the really cool part. Every single time one of those chemical bonds snaps, poof, a burst of energy is released. That release of energy is why these are called exergonic reactions. Just think X for exit. Energy is exiting the molecule. This provides both the raw materials and the fuel your body is about to need. Okay, so we've got a pile of Lego bricks and a whole bunch of energy. What now? Where does it all go? Well, that brings us to the other partner in this dance, anabolism. This is the construction phase. All right, let's flip the script. Anabolism is like the master builder that takes that pile of simple Lego bricks, the amino acids and sugars we just got, and starts building something totally new and awesome, like a spaceship. And in your body, that spaceship is new muscle or repaired skin or the essential hormones you need to function. But, and this is a big but, building things takes energy, right? So unlike catabolism, which lets energy out, anabolism needs you to put energy in to create those new chemical bonds. That's why these are called endergonic reactions. Think N for enter. Energy has to enter the system for this to work. This is the process behind all growth, healing, and building in your body. So when you put them side by side like this, it all just clicks, doesn't it? You have one process tearing things down to get energy, and the other using that exact same energy to build new things. They're not working against each other. They're literally two sides of the same coin, a perfect, nonstop cycle that keeps you alive. So let's use another analogy. If catabolism is like earning a paycheck and anabolism is spending it, what's the actual cash? What's the currency here? Well, inside our cells, there's really only one answer. This tiny but incredibly powerful molecule called ATP. And really, this quote just nails it. ATP, which stands for adenosine triphosphate, is basically the universal energy dollar for all life on Earth. It's what captures the energy from the breakdown process, carries it where it needs to go, and then releases it to power, well, pretty much everything your body does. The absolute best way to picture this is like a rechargeable battery. When catabolism releases energy from food, that energy is used to snap an extra phosphate onto a molecule called ADP. Think of ADP as a dead battery. Adding that phosphate charges it up, turning it into the fully loaded, high-energy ATP. Then, when a cell needs to do some work, it just breaks that phosphate off. Boom! The energy is released, and the ATP turns back into a dead battery ADP, ready to go get recharged all over again. It's a brilliant, endless cycle. But get this, and this is one of my favorite facts about biology. The process isn't perfectly efficient, not even close. It turns out only about 40% of the energy we get from our food actually gets stored in ATP. So where does the other 60% go? It's not just wasted, it's released as heat. That's literally what keeps our bodies warm and maintains our stable body temperature. Pretty cool, huh? So this all sounds great, but how does your body know when to break down and when to build up? I mean, it can't be random, right? Of course not. It's a super precisely controlled balancing act. And the managers calling all the shots, they're your hormones. Yep, you can think of hormones as the traffic cops of your metabolism. Let's say you're in a stressful situation and you need energy right now. Catabolic hormones like adrenaline and cortisol flood your system, basically shouting, break down fuel, go, go, go. On the other hand, what if you just had a big meal? That's when anabolic hormones like insulin step in and say, all right, team, green light to store this energy and start building. Let's bring this into the real world for a second. After you've eaten and you're resting, your body is in an anabolic state, using all those nutrients to build muscle and repair tissues. But what about during an intense workout, or if you've been fasting? Your body flips the switch. It goes into a catabolic state, breaking down stored energy from fat and even muscle just to keep everything running. This constant back and forth is happening inside you all the time. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that your metabolism isn't just some number. It's not just about how fast you burn calories. It's this incredibly dynamic, constant balance between deconstruction and creation. And every single choice you make, what you eat, when you rest, how you exercise, directly influences this balance. So the real question isn't how fast your metabolism is, but how will you choose to fuel the process? And there you have it. That's the amazing story of metabolism. Hey, if you enjoyed this explainer and it helped things click for you, do us a favor and subscribe to Robo for Education. We've got a lot more content like this coming your way. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.